Welcome to Tango Tips with Mika. Today, I want to talk about the center part 2. I have received several comments and messages from you asking me please to continue talking about the second part of the center, and this is what I'm going to do. I really appreciate your feedback and your comments because it helps me also to know that there's someone watching on the other side. So this is why I want to ask you, which should be the next topic for the next Tango tip? 1, heel power. 2, how to dance piazzolla. Or 3, biashi. You tell me, comment below. In the first part of the tip, we have been talking about how to activate our center and how to hold it. Now, in this tip, I want to talk about the different positions of the center and what we can use them for. Now, let's get started. The position of our center is not fixed, yes? This is because we are dancing, and dancing is something alive, and so is what happens in our body, okay? So we adapt our center according to the dance partner, like the different body types, the different heights, according to the music, of course, according to the different movements or the different things we want to express, right? And the motor of activating our center and moving our center in our body is our respiration, our breathing. Now, I want to give you 3 examples of center positions in our body and what they are used for normally. Let's have a look. 1, neutral position. We have already been talking about the neutral position of our center in the first tip. Let's remember, we were talking about the middle of our body, yes? So, this means I have to hide my belly and close my ribs, yes? Now, the only tension here is in this area, yes? In my belly and in the closing of my ribs, but I don't do anything with my shoulders. I don't put tensions in my arms. I don't put tension in my neck. So the power is in my belly, in my ribs, and the rest is super relaxed. You can check if everything is relaxed by moving your fingers, yes? If you have Playmobil hands, there's a lot of tension here. So play the piano with your fingers and everything will relax. Except here, of course. 2, low center. Now let's have a look at the low center, yes? So we will imagine our center at the height of our hips, yes? So I put this belt around so that you can see it visually. Yes, and as you can see, it goes around of my body. It's not only in front, right? Now, I might have mentioned this before, but our hip and our head are the 2 heaviest parts of our body. So, if our center is on the height of our hip, we really have a lot of power and we are very grounded. The feeling of the low center is a bit more relaxed, but I never relax my belly. But my hip has a little swing, yes? And it's always connected with the pressing of the heel into the ground when we transfer the weight. Now, what gives us the low center? Well, first of all, a lot of power, because the hip is very heavy. So when we move the hip as a motor of the movement, there's a lot of power in this. Boom, dam, boom. And as you can also see, I bend my knees a lot because in order to receive the power of the movement. And another very important point, number 3, would be that I'm completely in my axis when I have the low center, when I'm using the low center, yes? And this gives me more strength because I'm not dependent on anyone, I'm not putting weight on anyone else, but the ground and myself. The low center is perfect for dancing pugliese or troilo, for example. Yes, where you need a lot of strength, a lot of power, and a lot of expressiveness. 3, high center. The high center is what we usually associate with the idea of dancing, yes? Like the ballet, you're in the air, you go up. This is what would be a high center. However, in the tango, we need the connection with the ground, yes? So we put the center here in the solar plexus area. And remember everything we've done before. We hide our belly and we close our ribs. But the focus is here, yes? And we imagine that our legs start in the solar plexus, yes? So this gives us a very long and elegant line. It's perfect when we go to the milonga, and this is why you always might see a lot of people dancing like this. Now, as I said before, in tango, we need the connection with the ground. So, I have the center here, but I still put my heels into the ground. I don't go up, because then I have no connection with the ground and put all my axis on the other person, yes? So put the heels into the ground and just advance with your upper body with the solar plexus, yes? This is enough. And there you have a beautiful, elegant line. What is the high center good for? Well, for dancing in crowded milongas, definitely. But specifically for dancing rhythmical orchestras like D'Arienzo. Remember when we talked about D'Arienzo? Have a look at this tip again if you don't remember, because it's always fun to dance D'Arienzo. Now I want to give you an exercise in order to feel the different positions of your center in a step, yes? Let's have a look. First of all, I want you to rub your hands so that they get really hot, yes? In my case, it takes a little longer because my fingers are freezing. Now, I will put one foot in front of the other, like in a step, but I have the weight in the middle, yes? And we will start with the low center. So I will put one hand in front here and the other on the back, because we said the center goes around of our body, yes? And now we feel the heat of our hands and we'll move forward and backwards, feeling the focus of our movement, especially here, yes? And I want you to feel also the connection of this power base, yes, the low center, with the pressing of our heels into the ground when we move, okay? So again, tuk. And one. Now we will do the same with the neutral position of the center, which means that I will put my warm hands in the middle of my belly and in the middle of my back, okay? Now let's do it. Hand and hand. Hold your belly, close your ribs, and move as one. Yes, I need this to be compact. Don't do this. Yes? Don't do this. It's all compact. Yes? Like one piece of furniture, in this case. And no duck back. No duck back. Okay? And last, of course, the high center. So the hand will go in between the two ribs, yes, where the solar plexus is located. And I have the... I will put my hand here, yes? It's a bit uncomfortable, but still to feel the height, okay? Now, I won't open that much, yes, because we said that the steps are not as long when we have a high center, yes? So, a bit smaller, but to feel that I move my solar plexus over my heel in front and over my heel behind, okay? Yes, so my solar plexus always goes over my foot, over my heel. Yes, this is very important because if I go further, I'm out of my axis, I'm falling, I have a lot of tension in the back again. And if I stay behind, I haven't changed the weight yet. Okay? So, solar plexus over my heel. And you can also try to project your step starting your leg from the solar plexus, yes? Duk. Feeling this connection with the big toe. Okay. In order to finish this tip, I want to give you a little game with which you can play, experiment, and of course, have fun, which is the most important thing I think about dancing. So the idea is to imagine that your center is a warm light, a bubble of light traveling through your center. So you can feel it in front, in the solar plexus. You can feel it in your belly. You can feel it in your back. You can feel it also, of course, on the height of the hips. Yes, but you can also feel it on the side of your ribs, for example. So, I leave you this idea and I want you to try out the different options and to move from this point of light, from this point of warmth, and see what happens. Okay? I hope you've enjoyed this tango tip. If you want to receive the next tango tips as soon as they get out, subscribe to our website. And of course, you will receive also a free lesson of Ladies Technique with Mika and information about our magical ladies tango trips to Buenos Aires. I really recommend you to check out the dates now for next year because people are already signing up and it's getting full really quick. So have a look and I promise you will have a great time learning with me, with Cristian, going to the Milonga, dancing with Argentinian professional dancers and enjoying just the culture and the beauty of tango and dancing. And please also help us by sharing, liking and commenting. So comment please which should be the next topic I should talk about. And also I'm really curious where you're watching from. So let me know in the comments where you're from. Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.